Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Let's see. Everything okay on that front? Yes. I'm gonna put my Discord on this monitor for now, because I haven't heard back from Throllash, so
Sup eggs.
we'll see what happens with that. For now, I am going to design a card factory and run you guys through what I've been doing all week. So I can all weekend, so I can um, so I can explain to you why we're making a factory right now. Okay, those are good. Just good. I am ready for test play, but I don't have a partner right now, so it'll be creative for a while until I hear more from Trollesh. Right. So, what I've been doing. Let me go in here real quick. Going somewhere? Me? No. What I've been doing all week. I can come in for a minor test play. I'd rather do it with somebody who's also a content creator because they have it. Because that also needs to be an aspect from it, you know? Somebody who's been playing Create, been making videos about it, because it needs to be interesting from their part as well. So I'd rather have someone that I know personally test play it. What I've been doing all week is I've been making a mod, right, that houses all the cards. Can I come in to see? In on the server? No. That's the border I'm putting. I'm putting my foot on the line. No. The server is a server for me and people I know, so that's gonna be that. So I've been making a mod. I haven't figured out recipes just yet. Something about a parsing error. But all the items are in game, and all the items are functional in game. I'm still using CubeJS to insert the recipes. The mod has two tabs, two creative tabs. It adds one tab with all the cards, which you can't craft, can't make them in the game, right? But they are still in there because they're items, they're obtainable items. But you can't craft them. There's no recipe for a card itself. The only items that have recipes are these. You've got a card pack. These are not the final textures. I still need to. These are temporary textures. Same for the cards. That's my next step in development. Is getting some better models, getting some better textures on them. But for now, these will do. We've got a card, and then we've got an incomplete deck, and then which I still need to give a proper name. And then we've got the starter decks, right? This is how you will get your cards. You buy a starter deck, you open it, and you get 40 cards. Boom. This is not on Kurzforge, no. This one is still in development. You get 40 cards, and you could be playing with this because you get one deity card and 40, a mix of 40 edicts, machines, followers, whatever. The only thing that is so can packs look like a pack, not like a cube. For now, I'm just using the root of a heavy core, right? And then that's a pack. It's not perfect, but I'm still working on the models and the textures. So I'm using placeholders for now. And then a card pack is pretty similar, but then card packs will never have deity cards. And they give you 9 cards depending on on things. Now the thing is, you can only get Faith 4 or Faith 5 cards in packs and never in a starter deck. So starter deck will max out at Faith 3. And then card packs, right? The ones that you buy to upgrade your starter deck are going to give you some heavy hitters, some better cards, basically. And then if we ever down the line add legendaries or shinies, we can also put those in packs instead of decks. So that's basically what the mod is. It's nothing fancy. If we ever make new decks, or like if we make a version for Just Create where we have a Just Create starter deck, we can add in another deck as well. Now to make these, let's go into our JI tag. Is it possible to get this version? Once it's finished, I will publish it. Yes. Once I have better textures in there, once I've taken some kinks out, and then I also want to make a rulebook that's in the game. When it's in development, I'd rather not, no. Because that's how people steal your ideas. To make the starter decks, it's pretty simple. You get liquid dye, a glass pane as like the little foil that you wrap around it, and then a press, and that's a starter deck. It's a cardboard block to make a deck, and then a piece of cardboard to make a pack. Piece of cardboard to make a pack. So that's what we're doing today. We need liquid dye. So we're making dyes over here, which apparently something purple. Let me grab some void upgrades. Okay, what else is close to needing to be voided? Honestly, let's void them all. Okay. You also need a remote upgrade so that you can have these everywhere. Anywhere? The dyes? No. The factory, the dye factory, or the card factory is going to be on the other side of, like, it's going to be like right here. So we'll be fine. Honestly, I want like a road passing through here, right? So we're gonna line out a little road area. Then a connector works. Yeah, I just go underneath with some of these guys, connect it up with some oak trim underground, or I do a physical and I put pipes over the road, which is kind of what I'm tempted to do. Or put some belts over the sea, like the street. I need some wool. This is gonna be not a major road, but I do want it to be wide enough to eventually get something. 5 wide. It's not a main road, but wide enough to get something through here. Will you be modding tonight? Because I found a way to make a ponders be the items to be as thick as... I mean, I know how to make them as thick. Right now I'm just using placeholders. I want to get proper models for like the back and stuff. So I know how to do it. It's fine. Also, I kind of want to figure things out myself. I feel like that's a good thing. Trying to figure things out. Okay, so this is just so I know where ground level is, and I don't do anything stupid. Okay. So that's gonna be a road, and we are gonna build our factory over here. Not actually, you can send it in the Discord. You're always welcome to send stuff in the Discord. So this building needs two things. It needs a place to convert things into liquid dye or into ink. And then from there on, we need... So what if we have one building over here. We have like a smaller little... it doesn't have to be that small. Like another entrance almost. To a compound. And we'll have our dye factory over here. Which is fairly simple to do. It's but a bucket, a mixer, and water, right? And then from here, we have to get it over to a second building, which we can then, depending on how big I want to make this, you just ponder, I guess. I don't know about pondering, because I wouldn't know how to... It's not that I don't know how to set it up. First of all, setting it up is a pain in the ass, but it's not that I don't want to set it up. It's that I don't know how I would set it up. Like, how do you explain a mod in a ponder, a game in a ponder, right? The only thing I'm using Cube.js for right now is the recipes for the packs. The actual cards in the game are a mod. The goal is to get everything to be a mod, but I get a parsing error. I get a parsing error on the recipes for now, which is kind of annoying. But hey, well, what do you do? What do you do? So if I do that, right? I'm getting messages, but it's not Trollesh, so they're not important. Figuring out what to show is less simple. Yeah, but that, before you even start thinking about adding a ponder, first of all, we need to know the rules. Two, the ponder menu. So if you go into ponder it, right? This doesn't have ponder. If you go into a ponder, there is only so much you can show, right? So how do I explain an entire game in a ponder, right? It's not easy to compact everything in a what is it, 5x5 square, you know? Multi-page, yeah, but then I could also just make a book, right? Also, I don't know how to incorporate blocks from supplementary into pondering or anything. I don't know how to portray the field, the game field in ponder. So if I do that, then we'll have like a little alleyway right here, and then our second building. Maybe not entirely over there, but we'll have that, that, 3, fine. Ponder is basically a schematic, so the visual are NBT files. I don't know. I don't know. There's also not an item I can really attach it to. It's not something I'm that, you know, I'm that convinced about. Okay. I'm not convinced about the pondering. Okay. We did that. Make a rulebook, add it to all the cards. What I want to do is, what I wanted to do, maybe I should say that first, is make a rulebook, and then if you open, so now if you open a starter deck, right, you get 40 cards. Where you at? Now if you open a rulebook, a deck, you get 40 cards, right? I wanted to add a book to it. Added an extra book that has all the rules with some pictures in it. I know, Patchouli. But also, I kind of want to just, you know, I included in the mod that it's just in there, but that I don't know how to do. I don't know how to hard code a rule book into the game. I don't even know if you can. Okay, so that, and then we would have presses over here. We want to make sure that we have 9. Go books for that. I know, but I want to hard code it into the mod. 6, 7, 8, 9, and I'm gonna take you. I want it to be included in the mod so that you don't have to install Patchouli. Install a mod, it installs automatically. That could also be possible. If I do it like this, I won't make it an item. Yeah, that's kind of what my plan was, to make it an item. If I did this, then I kind of want it to look like a giant printing press, right? That overloads book. Yeah, I need to look into it. I just need to look into it. We're still at the point where I need rules for everything, so that's 9, right? Yes. So if we now change these for belts. So first of all, we'll do a vault, which is going to be 9 wide. Probably should put that to the back. Can these be in a zigzag pattern? Basins? I mean, we won't need basins. I just needed a block to simulate 9 rows. Because we're doing this, right? I did a ponder scenes and you liked it. Would there be any way you'd add it? It's not that I think ponder is bad. It's that I don't see the benefit of ponder in. I'm sure it'll look good. I don't see the benefit of having a ponder in the mod. I don't see it. Now I need 9 lines, and this is where it's gonna get annoying. Because if I did that, I'm gonna have to. Okay. So cool, and a very good way. It's just cool in game documentation, way more fun than a book. Sure, but still, I don't see the benefit. I don't know if this is gonna stay. I kind of just want to see what this looks like. Also, don't know if this is gonna be the best way to do this. Probably not. And then this could technically go over. Probably not. This probably isn't the best way to do this. I mean, it would look good. Would look good, but also kind of screwed up. Is there a better way to transfer 9 liquids, 9 different liquids, over to this place? Is there, I mean, okay, what we could do. Here's what we could do, right? Just line all of these up. Put a bunch of pumps on them. And a bunch of tanks, which each will have a filter on them. Right? And then we only have 1 pipe, or maybe 2 pipes coming off this. Right? Storage mode being used? No, why would I? I mean, yeah, in a bit to get all the items over here, yeah. So if I do that, right, and then this would have to, these would have to like link up to 9. So we would have to have 9 buffers. What's the storage mode? Sophisticated drawers. No, I didn't. I showed you the wisdom check. So what's this one? I showed it. So that's only 4. If I need 9, it's gonna be quite. I mean, I don't need them to all be. I don't need them to be that big, actually. So if we say that this is the middle, Wait, I didn't need that extra one. So that would be an option, right? Ooh. Hello, Briscoe. Welcome in. Welcome for 2 months. Loving the builds and the solo series. Keep it going. Thank you. Let me open up the camera a little bit so we can get a better view of that 2-month sub. Thank you. You are going in the jar. Oh, chat. You want to see what I did? What I made recently? You want to see what I made recently? Yeah, I am kind of curious if this is gonna work or not. I don't see why it wouldn't work, right? But I think this might be a bit of a bottleneck. But I made a book. I still have a few things that I want to improve, but I made a proper. Let me get my pencil out. Look. It's a proper book. It's all empty. I'm gonna use it as like a little bit of a sketchbook. It's I had some problems while closing it, so I got some like wrinkles, but overall hardcover book. Yeah. Some of the glue got stuck, got like through the paper, but it's fine. Overall, I'm happy with it. And then it's all being. I could grab my phone. I think how many. There you go. Look. So it's all bound. It's bound on tape, like on little. They're not tapes. They're like ribbons. So it's got a bit of that book texture to it, where it's like you see the ribbon over here, here, and then over here. But overall, now the only thing I need to figure out is how I can get like a clean edge on it. But overall, I'm happy with it. It's not warped. The book is pretty flat. Oh. Pretty good. Pretty happy with it. So I've been keeping that on my desk or close to my desk with a pencil so I can sketch things out if I need to. And then I got new lights as well. Not for the desk, but I got new lights. I know my brain is getting distracted again. Okay, this is the microphone. Can you guys hear me? It is the microphone from the phone, so I probably not that great. I can hear myself. Give me a second. Now you can see my dirty desk. Yeah, okay. The phone is not that great, but look, I got these. They're movable, and then I've got light. So if I ever do a bookbinding stream, I have movable lights. Clap. Right. So those are pretty good. And then I've got my vise right there. I got my press and some other stuff. Pretty sharp and clean. Yeah, I've noticed that the phone is not that bad, except for when you're in a very noisy area. Then it starts doing weird stuff. So when you're going outside and there's a little bit of wind, it starts doing weird stuff. But if we ever do a bookbinding stream, I am set up to do it. So that's pretty neat. Okay, so I've got echo. I shouldn't have gotten any echo. Okay, and then we'll get some more filters. Not anymore. Maybe when I was switching between microphones. No, let's not do that. Let's put the basin just in front of it. We'll do this. And I do kind of want to have like a belt with all the dies, and then we'll oh, you know what we could do? Have a little bit of a like a runway like this, and then input. This is not going to be very efficient, but again, we don't need it to be very efficient. As long as it works, it's fine. And then we can use this to kind of have like an unloading area and then have like a bell going up. So let's do that for now. We'll do, I don't know what's behind here. Oh, I mean, yeah, we can use one of these. We can use one of those. Have that come out like so, and then go up. We want it to go high enough. So I think that is gonna be our best bet. And then we're gonna go boom, boom, go across. I feel like that's good enough. This is gonna be a wall right here, so we can mark that with a couple of blocks. Doesn't really matter which ones, but this is gonna be where the wall goes. And from that point on, we're pretty much set. So we want it to come in over there. And then I don't know what I'm gonna do. Do I want a buffer? Do I not want a buffer? I kind of wanted to do it so that at this point, I think I'm just gonna do belts. Okay. Good. So, oh, I probably do want like on all of these. Don't need you to filter. And then we're just gonna boop, boop. At this point, let's just do a vault. we're just gonna raise a vault up. Because that's the easiest way to just kind of make sure that we're filtering the right stuff out. I need you guys to be one shorter, but let's get the fold in first. It's dams. Oh no. Also, hello. Welcome in. Think that lines up? Yeah. And then if I raise this up, that is perfect. I was gonna tune into the stream to get the boop after glass, but I forgot. Oh, well, next time better, I guess. So that, and then these are all just, that's just, ooh, I kind of like the view of that. Just like a wall of dye coming down. It's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun. These all have to be brass so I can filter them. This probably has to be brass because it doesn't really have to be. Doesn't really have to be. And then this needs to be brass, but we need a filter on it with all the dyes we need. Oh, I keep forgetting we have 10 dyes because we need black dye as well. But then again, we could also make a separate line. I kind of want to do a separate line for that. Yeah, because this is like the decks, the starter decks, not really the starter, the packs. And then we need deployers over here. I'm gonna separate them a little bit. And then I probably want to make this building over here a little wider. Okay, so that's going to be our printing press, and then we're going to have drawers set up with some decks in them, and that's going to be used for storage. So we're just going to grab a bunch of these with some trim. And then a bunch of funnels. Accept. Okay. So we have dye coming in. Right? We have dye coming in. Right here. Then the dye goes down, which I'm going to do separately. We can already get a filter in, which means list filter. I'm going to go dye. Oh, right. I need to do it this way. We need black dye for our packs. Then let me go down the list. We've got yellow for Solon. Light gray for Virillia, brown for Carnus, light lime for Thalor, Paraxes, Bedon, Idalis. What am I missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, Lunara, and then Tabrix. So that's that. That's gonna be this filter. I'm gonna set this to exactly 4 each time. So, and I probably just wanna, whoop, So anyway, is that still filtered? Yes. It still is. Okay. So that's that. And then for power, we'll just go... Because I have power here somewhere. We just need to get it over there. Oh, we can grab it over there. We can grab power from here. Easy. Easy money. There we go. And then hopefully this is the right direction. Probably not. Oh, it is. Nice. And then we'll get those to come out over here in a minute. But first we need to fix this because I need water. So we're gonna do that. Right? Water should be probably the easiest to get because it's just a bunch of those and then a pool of water underneath it. You don't want this to be about this wide because you want these to all have their own water source basically. So 3 wide is the way to go. There. Don't have the space to use commands, but who needs commands for water? There you go. And then if I did that, it should all fill up. There we go. Water sources. Good. We are good to go. And then it's just a matter of powering everything. We need to power this guy. So you go there. We need to power that guy. So you go there. And we need to power that guy. Those are all in line. So that's fairly easy to do. Boom. 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 And then I mean, technically we could just do this. Boom. Boom. Mixer also in line with that. So those are now all powered. And then I'm probably gonna make this come up here. Just have like one of these. Like so. And then this will go right there. And this will go right there. Now I haven't really, I mean I did, I pumped them in here. Good. Let's get our buckets of dye ready. Okay. Oh no, which one am I missing? Light blue, purple, and orange. And that's the order we're doing this in. Okay. I truly hope that this setup works. And then we need to do the same with dyes. Light gray, brown, lime, red, dark gray, light blue, purple, orange. There we go. And don't know if I want to go underneath. I think I do. I think I'm just gonna punch a hole here and power everything through here. I think that's going to be the easiest way to do it. And check Discord for a second. Nothing. Let's see. So I'm going to power this one first. So that this is my reference. We'll set it to 128. Right. Before we do anything else, right? Before we actually start making these, I mean, we technically could get started on the die, which probably should be doing. Hello, Benjamin. Welcome in. How you doing? Hey. How are you doing? How you doing? Good. That's good to hear. Good to hear. And hopefully, yes. And then buckets, good. Now let's see if this actually works. Move up. Move the power up one block. No, because I want to have some space that if I ever need to run trim, I want to have some space in between the power and the blocks. Okay, it's a lot of purple dye. Which I mean, sure. It's not the worst. But this is a good sign, and then over here we are getting purple dye, which is what we want. I would love to see some different colors though. But the way we've set it up is that we can't really control what dye gets. You know what we could do? Instead of doing it that way, is have. Okay, let me kill you for a second. Instead of doing it that way, right, where we have all the dice come in, is we have a packager, right? That just kind of takes in whatever we need. And we just look at that vault and we just check if he needs stuff. Right? If I do stock link to this guy, link that to this guy, right? And then I have, oh, I do, wait, no, I do have enough, no, I don't have enough space. I do have enough space if I use all signs. Because I was going to do this. But then again, that's not going to work, is it? No. I was going to do this where we have those on all sides. But then I need one more, which I did that, and then I have the top as well. And then we can just request or dies. Okay, let's do. $10. I mean, can I not just do... Oh, is that just a requester? Probably, right? Let's do redstone requester. Because I think, what do these do? Yeah, so if I bind this guy to here and then set him up somewhere where we can easily get to it, like here for instance. Insane Craft is? No. Enter an address. I don't have an address. I don't have an address, which is a problem. Because I don't want to do frogs. Was a monastery? I don't know what that is. Or who that is. So if I do that. Enter an address, should be sent to left click to edit. Can I not just power this now? I don't know. Huh. Wait, how do these work then? I don't know if I like that, but... Ah, okay. So this is not an option. It's just gonna keep breaking them the moment we put dye in it. Oh god. How do I get 9 dyes over there then? How do I get 9 dyes over there? Chat, you're gonna need to help me. I don't know how to do this. How do I get 9 dyes over there in a good fashion? You might need to something like colored pipes. Do I have colored pipes? What if you connect all the pipes at the auto sort? I mean, I already did that though. This one is only items. This is not liquid. I mean, technically I could have them all do this, but then I still have the problem of them connecting up here, except if I do this. Then I still don't have a proper target. You know? This one's yellow. I mean, we don't care about that for now. Encase the corners and do in the glass, no glass. I mean, yeah, glass would make sense over here. Maybe if I can get them all in a 9x9. Right? If we have like a 9x9 grid over here, that'd be great. Okay, let me just use a placeholder to make a 9x9 grid. Placing the basin on the tank directly over the spout. Here, and then having the items go across. Is that what you're saying? I mean, we could do that. Then we don't have a use for this entire building. Oh no, we could put in. No, we don't have a use for this entire building, which I mean isn't the worst. Okay, let's do blinded eyes. I do want a bit of a buffer, so I'm gonna keep a tank. It's gonna get real bulky though. Buckets of dyes. We could do buckets of dyes. Tank is needed. Could fling over buckets of dye, but don't think that's. I don't think flinging over buckets of dye or flinging over dyes is a big difference. So I would go dyes first. Just I'm thinking of how we can do this properly. Because yeah, okay, what you're saying makes sense. Just put this and then have our basins over here. That's what you guys are saying, right? Which makes sense. Makes 100% sense. I know I need filters on that. It's just gonna drain out the water. Yeah, set a pipe. Yeah. Don't worry, I know. I was gonna put the second pipe just because we can just hook those up like so. Or we have the water come over. Maybe that's how we do. Because I do want like a pipe over here. Maybe that's just water coming over. We do something that looks good. Right, and then we have our vault. Can you waterlog the mixers? No. We have our vault like so, which is too close. But also, that's kind of where our wall ends. Okay, let's see. Input here. Output here. I'll make this like a second story. I'll divide this in 2 stories. I'll have like a divider, or make maybe like a mezzanine kind of type of thing on where the pumps are, right there. So we'll keep that in. So that's good. Then we filter over here on dye. So now we probably want to limit these to like 1 or 4, because it takes 4 to make a bucket of dye. Or each. And then, I mean, we can get rid of all of this. I don't get why it's only doing. I don't know. We'll figure things out. I mean, I do need cardboard, so we could use this building to do cardboard for us. To like make a cardboard farm. So actually I might actually do that. But for now, let's clear all of these. Get rid of all of this. I think the easiest way to get a load of cardboard is bamboo, so I might do a bamboo farm. Is there any other way to easily get a lot of cardboard? I think that's it, right? I think that's it. Oh, the bum. Just gonna get rid of all of this because we don't need it for now. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna have the belt pass through here. Just gonna keep it going. And have it go across. Maybe we like figure out where it goes. But that'll just be extra decoration inside of this building. So eventually we want to come in over here, right? So if I do that, and then come across, of course. Then I just need to figure out how to go from here. And then go up. Maybe I do that at the back wall. Or maybe I do that at the front wall. Maybe I do that at the front wall. I think I can reach all the way over. Yeah. Okay. This is just our target. Boom. And then from here on out, we go down till we're here. Nope. Until we're here. And then... Wait a second, that's not where we need to be. We need to be here. And then I'll just have like a vault in here as a turn. You're still gonna allow stuff in here to pass through. I know this is not optimal, but who cares? I think it'll be fine. That, and then we just need to power this, which we could do, I think, over here. Yeah, like that, and then this goes like that in here. Now this wants me to use a frog, which again, don't want to, but it's fine, I guess. So we do packager. Frog. Yeah, and then we just use 2 more of these to filter out. Which I probably am just gonna put over here. So that's 8 is 9, so that we can keep up with it. These are not gonna do anything, but these are just for monitoring. Grab you, grab you. Do that. Call you die input. Input. Oh god. No problem. Okay, so Trellish got something unexpected happening today at work, so he don't make it today, which is fine. We can do things. We can do things. We still have things to do. I mean, I don't really need this, right? Can I not just do that? Because that would be so much easier. And then we'll do boom, boom, boom. Connect all of these up. Make sure we get the order right. Not that that's that important, but mostly so I know that we have everything. There we go. Set all of these to 10. No. Yes, good. I think if I have like a buffer of 10 dye for every color, that's gonna be fine. No. 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 Okay, so now these are just gonna start filling up with dye, which is good. And that looks pretty nice. Just having packages go over belts always looks pretty good. And then I do need my liquid dyes again. Lime, red, there we go, purple and orange, just so I can filter these. And then we'll have water come up here. We'll have like a tank of water, because we also need water for our cardboard. So we'll just make like a big buffer almost. Just thinking, well, I want this to be shorter. And then we need you. There. That. Honestly, let's set that off to the side so I can easily power that cog. There we go. There we go. Okay. So that is going to be powered, or is going to have water underneath. So that should be fairly easy to do. We have you up here. Boom. And then a small little 9x9 area. That is ready for some water. I'm doing 9x9. I could also do it 2x2, but 9x9 is fine. Splash, fill, water. Oh wait, no. No wait, I mean it will still work. It'll still work. We'll do that. Mostly because that's waterlogged now. There we go. There we go. And I'll slowly get powered. Fill up. Here we'll keep going just with this like thing. And then the moment I put water in here, we should be fine. Should be good to go. There we go. The only thing I'm missing is, I think, red dye. That's good. That's good. It's pretty nifty, if you ask me. Okay. Then over here we'll do cardboard, which means we need a bamboo farm, a small but efficient bamboo farm. And I kind of like what we did over there with like a basement area that just, you know, a 5x5 maybe. And then we'll plant bamboo in here and have a little rotating thingy that's gonna harvest it. Dirt. Again, we don't really need this to be that big. We just need it to be constantly on. The good thing about bamboo is it grows pretty tall and it grows constantly, so we should be good. And we don't need water access, or we don't need anything to have it grow. We can just plop it in here and we should be good to go. We should be good to go. Is it harvesters or is it saws that you need for bamboo? I assume it's a saw, but I'm not sure. Sandstone with air. Mechanical bearing. I like putting this guy underneath the floor. I don't know why, but I've been enjoying it. The kissy thingy, whatever they're called. I've been enjoying putting this just right there. And then we'll have this one over here. I think it's saws. I think it's a saw. Or let me just try it out. See what happens. Did that. Mechanical saw. Glue. And then we need power, but we also kind of want to be able to change speed, so I'm going to use the speed control. Right here. And then we'll bring this guy down. Nope. Gonna go in line with this. Gonna use that guy because that one is in line. Like that. And then we just put in bamboo. Bamboo. Yes. Good. Good. Then output. Let's just do that, so I just have some more space. Just do a simple 2x2 vault to store our bamboo in, or at least to temporarily store it, because we're gonna bring it up with one of my favorite, dude. I'm in love with this setup, dude. Depots are so much cheaper, both in like resource and time than any other. But also, if you like calculate everything, like how compact it is, how easy it is to work with, so easy. There we go, bamboo. You don't need power for it. You don't need anything for it except just a bunch of hoppers. Just a bunch of hoppers. Just a bunch of funnels, andesite funnels and droppers. Depots, not droppers. Dude, my brain. I don't know what's going on with my brain, but it's something. Alright. There we go. And that'll just give us bamboo. Plenty of bamboo. Probably could go even faster. I know 16 was a bit too much, but I think 8 might be the way to go. Oh, it's not getting the corners. Oh well. It's fine. That's fine. Okay, how are we doing? We're already 17-8, which is great. Then we want to turn this into... Why are we... Oh, because I broke it. Never mind. We want to turn all of this into cardboard, which we can do over here. We'll have a basin, some item drains, okay, and we'll have another mixer. So lots of mixers in here. Okay, we are somehow we mixed this guy up, which is fine. We're gonna put those back in there. For that to happen, we're gonna do this. We're gonna grab some. Gonna grab a pipe. Don't want to do that. I too kind of like the idea of like running it up against the wall. Dude, the hitbox of a pipe is so weird. It's so weird. Okay, that. Alright, so we don't have any of that. Then we just need to break you, change you. Oh, did I put 10 stacks? I need 10 items. I'll be good for a while on yellow dye. Why is it dropping items? Why is it dropping items? Oh, it's... Never mind. I'm stupid. Thank you for confirming. Okay. We need... I mean, we could just put pump in here, get like 2 in 1. Then we'll just have that run along. Come down here. Bucket of water. Good. Then, out of here, we're gonna make cardboard, of course. Although I do kind of want to split it up, because I want one to go, like, just be cardboard, and then the other one I need to be cardboard blocks. What does one make a cardboard block? It's just a press, right? Yes. Good. So, we'll do another vault here, which is where we're going to store our cardboard. Just regular old cardboard, and then we'll do a second vault in here where we'll store cardboard blocks. Good. That. Good, and then I hope this'll... Nope, that's the wrong direction. I mean, that's an easy fix, I guess. We just move it back one. Nope, we don't move it back one. Do that. Even split. And then we'll have a basin here with inputs both here and here, and then this will be pressing our stuff into blocks. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Press. It's mostly at the top. Kind of want to make it as short as possible because I don't really like using that many belts for like these kinds of things. So we'll do that. We'll get 2 more of you in here. There we go. So that is going to make a cardboard box for us, or a cardboard block, I should say. Which is from create, but is in create decoration blocks or building blocks. There we go. And then the rest is just going to be stored in there. That is okay. Can I make these have a window? Because that'd be great. No. Only when there's like space in between them, I guess. Okay, I think we're good to just let this rip. Oh, why are you suddenly going in the wrong direction? Oh, because all right. Wait, is that not how you cardboard? Oh, right. I need another press. I forgot a step. Okay, so we're going to get rid of all of these now. I forgot about that. Right. That's fine. We'll fit it in here. So if I did that, I need a press on here. That press here. Then we keep it going, but we add our second belt in here. Yes, and then we'll do here, and then we'll kind of just do that, and then put our. No, wait, I don't have to. I could just do. Oh, that's better. I could have basin over here, right? Have this keep going into a vault. That is sideways over here. Like that, and then we just have another vault set over here. With, or even better, I think that'll look better. Have it sit like this. Just a bit offset. I would. Can't really push that back, can I? Although I don't, yeah, I can get rid of that. I can do that because I need more cardboard blocks than I need just plain cardboard. That, another press. Chat, this is gonna work out. This is gonna work out. 1, 2. Let's do that. Input there. Input there. Come on. Input there. And then I think we're good. Yeah, then I can just make that pulp instead of cardboard. Yeah, and then we just split it. Good. And then I still have space to have this come up if I need to, but one thing is for sure, we want this to go across. And then if I keep this in here as like a street, right? We want that street to have like a little bit of headroom, so I think this is gonna be like the tallest we can really go, or the lowest we can really go. But I do like the idea of just being like a mess of cables and pipes. So I do like that. The only thing is I would need to... Oh, look at that. I think that might be perfect. Never mind, it's not. It's the other direction. I might have to figure out how to get it over here, but then it's easy. It's just then it's just you shoots and a barrel. I know I technically don't need to put a barrel over there, but I like it. It's a bit cleaner, I guess. I think it's a bit cleaner. I think that'll be good. I think that'll look good. Now, if I put you in between here, that works. And it's not obstructive because it doesn't change any rotation over here. So I think that's good, and then we just need to figure out how to get things up here. Which, if you don't know, I like this, so we'll do that. Go down. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, and then this is glass paints, which I don't know where I'm gonna get glass from, but I think I have an idea. Because we have the cobblestone farm. Or we could make a separate cobblestone generator over here somewhere. Which, I mean, they're not that big, and it doesn't have to be that big, because we're gonna make it into glass panes. So I might actually do that. I do want, like, entrance. Maybe I should figure that out. Entrance here. So we don't want anything in that area, and then we will probably want to keep some stuff clear. But we could put a small, like, cobblestone generator in here. That should be fine. Let's see. I'm gonna start out with a vault, as we always do. On that vault, there was a chute. Yeah. Probably want that on this side. Then we do drill. Like so. Drill. And that is good. That's within the walls. You know what? Oh, you know what? I'm gonna expand it this way, so it's close to this wall as well. Drills for. I need sand, so I'm gonna make like the smallest little cobblestone farm. Because I need to make glass paints. Okay, so we'll have. Just gonna use this to block it off. We'll have a wall on this side, and then we'll use some copycat. I don't really need to use copycat. I could just use this. Don't want to do copycats at the front though. Oh, I need panels. Yes, panels. Then I need some water and some lava. Could have done 2 drills for a single source, half the size of the cobblestone farm. Probably, yeah. I mean, I can still cut it down. I don't know how, if it's gonna be too, if that's gonna be enough. Right? I don't know if it's gonna be enough. Probably. That. Then we'll have. I don't need gravel, so we could just have like a belt continuously getting crushed. Then over here. So that belt, you guys and you guys. So the drill never breaks the cobble completely at full speed. So 2 leads to 2 cobble. What? It's fine. So that means we now have sand, and then we need to cook this sand. 2, 3, 4, 5. I found 5 to be the best, either visually and I don't know. I found that I like having 5 spaces in between for cooking. Is that 99? That's fair. It's fine. I can live with that. Let's do that. Then we filter on class. We are going to go underground here. Then go up. There should be lava logging of blocks too. I don't know about that. I don't know. So that, talking about lava, we are gonna put some lava in here. I'm getting too hasty. I'm getting too. I want to get this finished, you know? And then we'll encase this all because it's a bit of an oven. Or at least that's the inspiration for it. Panicking? Not really panicking. Sometimes I get so excited about something that I want it to get over. Like I want it to function. And I want to see the end result, basically. Okay, so that's gonna give us glass, which is what we want. I didn't set that filter. One source covers all. Yeah, I know, but I like the view of just it being full of lava. I don't know. I'm just it's fine. Now, how are we gonna make this panes? Can I cut them down with saws? That's fine. No, so I can only craft them. Which is honestly a task you should do with mechanical crafters, I guess. Setup. What was the blasting recipe there? It's from, if you want to go from like cut from like the create class back to normal class. Like so, and then we do that and that. Since these can only fill up one at a time, it doesn't really make sense. So now if I put some, let's put some sand in it. I want to see if this works. No. Huh. Never mind. I'm going to make this faster. And then I want to drain all of these out. Let's see. Why you don't work? Do I need to power? I need to power them, but I thought I didn't have to. I thought they did it themselves once they were full. Glass, not sand. Oh, you're right. Imagine being stupid. I mean, they should power themselves once they're full. So, yeah. Yeah, I know. That's my backup plan. Yeah, I thought they were gonna power themselves. Is that not how that works? I don't want to make this any bigger. You have to directly. Oh. If I do that. And then figure out a way to get this to go up without getting rid of this wall. How am I to do that? I mean, at this point, I'm just going to do one. I think one is going to be fast enough. You guys light a fire openly. Yeah, but it's still not going to craft. I'm just gonna do this like without smart observers, probably. Oh, I need this to I need that to be something else, do I? Full sticker, yeah, I know, but then it's another thing that takes up space. Chests or a barrel, doesn't really matter which. We do pull sticker here, right? I will have to invert the signal so that if it's full, if it's empty, I don't want the constant clicks, you know? But if I did that, I'm gonna lock that, and that's not something I want to do. And the site never locks. Oh, it does. Don't worry. You can lock an andesite funnel. Look. So how to get this to work? I could do relay, because those are isolated, right? And then we could go across. And then we just speed this up a little. Honestly, I probably should detect this guy instead of that guy. If this guy's full, it stops firing. That's probably what I should be doing. If this guy... Oh, no, I want you to look at that guy. So we'll change that to stacks. How many stacks can it hold? If that guy is at 26, it should lock. And now because we don't want that guy to fire, we're gonna use this little trick. Okay, so that's that. That's gonna do that, which again, already plenty of glass, you know? Plenty of glass planes. And then we just need to get them over to here, where this is a place where we can use one of those let's do that. Do that. And then that is in line, so we could use a fling thingy. Use drawers directly. No, I kind of like the idea of just fling glass panes all over the place. Just throw them. You know, we just throw them. So if I did that, we'll look close. Transport terminal. What? I do you over here. Nope. You over here. Weighted ejectors. I'm thinking. If I did that, I don't really have a way to get stuff in here. No, I can. I can just do this right here. One more. I think one is going to be fine. Because over here I'm going to... like these are just... is it going to be fine? I assume it's going to be. I can't make them too wide because I don't have another... Like I can't make this fold too wide. That's also not the buffer. That's the buffer right there. Do the same shoot. You can't really do that because these would have to be next to each other and they have to be in line. And so if you look at this, it lines up with that last guy over there. Yeah, you can only throw things in line. They shoot straight. Yes. Yes, they do. Okay, so that, and then this will also power you. And then I'll use this guy. If this guy is full, I'll lock that guy over there. Just so we don't have like a bunch of glass sitting up there. Then I just need to get power over here, do I? Clutch for that. We could do clutch as well. That's true. That is true. Yeah, we could put a clutch underground. Let me get... What's the easiest way to get power over here? I would assume it to be this guy. Okay, and that is going to go in the wrong direction. So what I'm going to do over here is strategically do that. So now that goes in the right direction. And then I just need to check if this goes in the right direction. And if I could just do that. Yes, I can. That's our drills working. Oh. Now, question is... Yes, but I do need... There we go. Now we can... Just gonna drain those... I mean, oh, I don't have to, because they're filtered. Oh, right, I'm getting clay. That's not what we want, do we? Sand. Okay, good. So that's good. Now we just need to get power over here, which I'm gonna do. Just gonna take it from here. We can rotate this guy if you wanted to. And then we're gonna take you, put you to the back over here, and then if they're, it's mostly like a buffer. So even if it's not entirely full, that's fine. How clay? Because if you crush gravel, you get clay as a byproduct. So we're gonna have to destroy, and flint. So we're gonna have to destroy those somehow. Burn them? Yeah, probably. That's the plan. Or bring them back. Well, what I could do is I could save them and then bring them back to the iron farm, because they're traded for emeralds. So I could reuse them. But I don't think we'll get enough, really. So, clutches, clutch, and then I need a filter, something unique. So I'll use a deck of cards. I don't really, no, I can't. I don't really care what I use. Okay, that. Glass and sand, probably. We could have done that, but this is just all temporary. So. Hello? Why we know like? Oh, does it have to go like one? Does it have to be the stupid thing where it goes up a block? No. Huh. Wait, why does it work now and it didn't work then? No, it doesn't work anymore. Huh? Huh? Why is it? Huh? What? Huh? Speed? I don't think it's speed necessarily. We're running at 128. That should be plenty. I mean, I can definitely try and see if it's speed. It's still going. Nope. Huh? Why? Why are you the way that you are? Try an andesite funnel? We could try that, yes. Huh. Okay. That's fine. Two at a time, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, I could also just set it to weighted 64 at a time, so it'll collect 64 cards done. If we forget the rulebook, I still need to get the recipes in. That's it. I haven't gotten those to work. That'd be exactly the same as it. Could you publish it? No. I'm not gonna publish it until I'm 100% sure it's done. Once you're done, yeah. Once I'm done, I will. But it's gonna look a little cleaner. I want to work on it, but I want to work on it. But I want to work on it. Okay, and then if I put that up there so it's a little bit more hidden. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so it'll fill up eventually. Fine. Need a stopper block. That's the stopper block right there. It's being stopped. It's fine. That is technically it. We've got everything. I am noticing that cardboard might be a bit too slow. But then I guess we also have all the saplings from here that we can use. Which is a benefit, so we could bring those over if we wanted to. That's an option. There we go. The first decks are making a patchouli seems way more boring, tedious than Ponder. Hey, relax. Nothing is set in stone. I honestly I haven't even thought about it, so we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Haven't really thought about doing the rules. I want to get it to work first. I think that's the most important part. And then we can start thinking about rules and packaging and stuff. Using Patchouli, I have it installed, but I don't know if I want to use it. I just think that using Patchouli is then people have to install it as well, and I don't want to have them install another mod. If I use a book, it'll be something that is in the mod, is a part of the mod, and that you're just gonna get with one of these. I don't think that's that's that bad of a texture for like a deck, right? The one for the pack, this one is pretty bad because it just uses the card model. But we'll figure that out later. Okay, let's start building a building around this, or a couple of buildings around this. Oh, we still need to throw all of this away. I'm just gonna put you. I mean, that is gonna be. I mean, there's gonna be a wall right there, so that's fine. List filter. I feel like you should be able to look up a recipe or a block, and it should give you everything that is part of that recipe. You know? So that you don't have to like look up 3 things. You just could look up 1 thing and it'll give you everything. There we go. There we go. Look, chat, we're backed up. We need more, dude. Oh, boom, we have cards. And as you see, I don't know where I picked that up. As you can see, it gives me all the cards that are part of the deck. So all the Virillia cards I'm getting together with my deity card, and then I get a mix of the rest of the cards. And if you do it in survival, it destroys the deck. So it's only that, right? And then I'll have to like, you know what would be funny is have another shop outside of this that sells backpacks to store your cards in. They're gonna get a backpack either way, but that'd be kind of funny. Oh, you know what? I forgot. We're not done yet. We still need to make the pack builder. Which I feel like we could do like in the center. Because it's the same principle. We just need black dye. And the rest is the same. And then black dye and cardboard. And not cardboard blocks. So I am going to... So let's say 2... If we have this over here, right? We can use this whole side of this wing almost to fix that, because that lines up. Yeah. So we can have our belt that does final assembly over here. This would be the press, deployer. I want to, no, let's bring this back one. I want to have space behind it to power things. And just to make it look good, we'll have this sitting like this. Well, so we'll have to figure a way out to get that cardboard over there, over here. That's fine. Press right there. A deployer right there, and then our little setup. Fling it. We could fling it, yeah. I mean, it would have to cross that guy, but I don't know. We'll see. And I need my spout. Do I don't want this to be that high, actually. I actually don't need it to be that high. I could put a tank somewhere. Like, we could have a tank sitting right here if I wanted to, with black dye. And then we make this underground. No. I want this to be visible. I want you to come inside this building and go, yes, factory. So if I make my dye over there, and then I just kind of do that, right? That's gonna look good. And over here, we just need basin, pump, filter, water, and an input. And I think, so right now these are all colors, right? But we can request black dye as well. So if I do that, I can take black dye from here, have it somehow end up in there. And that'd be fine. And we have enough space to do that. To do that. Playing that too, I don't think it makes sense over here. There have to be a good way, a good and fun way to do that. You know what we also could do? Is ignore all of that, have the package route differently. Right? So if I... So I come in here, boom. I could take off the package, come out here. Yeah, belt would be possible, but then I also kind of want to see if I can not do that before we unpackage the package. Right? And have a separate storage vault, basically. If I just add a second belt, right? Because this is where, let me see. I need to know where the wall is, or is gonna be. So this is where this wall is gonna be. So we can't put anything over here. And then this is where this wall is gonna be. If that gives you like a bit of an idea of like this like little alleyway, having another belt would like make sense. And so what we could do technically is have before we go out here, we can have it split off, right? And then we just need to figure out where we're gonna put it, where we're gonna put that belt. So I was thinking here, and then we go underneath this vault into there, right? That'd be an option. We could also, because what I would probably do is have the package be put on a tapo. If I do that, I don't really have space over there, so that's not an option, but I do have space. I could do like a double. I could go underneath this guy and just have it do that. Do we like that idea? And what if, even better, what if we go one lower? What if we go here? Because then it'll kind of look like there's packages on both lines. My man. Why is it sand? What's sand? And then over here, I just need like a temporary vault, I guess. That's quite far away. Then I would rather bring this into this corner as well. So I'm gonna do vault here for the black dye. This is just gonna be buffer, so it doesn't really need to be that big. And then we'll skip out the vault for black. I kind of like the look of those vaults though. We'll do this. We don't need this to be that big. This vault of this tank or this tank. Tank. Where's the emphasis on tank? And then we'll kind of hug this against the wall. Use a color. I have it, but I don't really like the look of them. I think they're too modern. I think the vaults from which mod is it? It's this one. They're too modern. They're too. I don't know. There's something off about it. There's something off. They do have a vertical one, which might actually be one I want to use. Because I do like the idea of vertical vaults. I don't. Let's do that. Oh. You know what? Screw it. I'm putting it on stilts. There we go. Putting it on stilts. There we go. And we can use horizontal tank to die. No, I don't think it adds horizontal tanks. It's only shipping and like items. It's not fluids. Yeah, that's pretty good. And then we just need our setup. Pump. What's the mod's name? It's Vibrant Vaults. I'm gonna raise this one because that's just gonna make more sense. There we go. Set this to exactly 4. I need to break you for a sec. I don't. Never mind. I don't need to break it at all. So I can just do the pump over there. Yeah, I could now put it on its own water source. Okay, I think we're almost there. Fill that with water, and then you got create connected. I don't think I do. Also, I think I am at a point where I've got enough decorative mods. I don't think I need more decoration in here. Okay, and then we just need to get power from somewhere. Which we'll figure out later. I need to figure out this first, because we do have one problem, is that this pipe is in the way. Except if I can't raise it. I can lower it, which might actually look a little better. No, it was too late. Damn it, too late again. There we go. Yeah, that's just gonna add a little more oomph to it, and then that we'll have to figure out a way. There is our way. There we go. Power. Let's see. If I do that, then we do. I think we can do hopper here, and then this guy goes. Nope, nope. There. This guy goes here, and you. Yeah, I keep forgetting that I technically have an extra block over here that I can use, because that sticks out one. I'm gonna do that. This will go here. It adds how all the pods. Oh, the post got the package. Okay, so here is my thing, right? We can use tunnels, brass tunnels, and then we use a package filter. You go there. We do no. Right. This guy goes there because these are all going to be all sending to no, right? And then we grab yes on here. I thought only one. What do you mean? It's only one though. I needed to scooch over a little bit. Any modding tonight? Nope, just this. I'm not gonna go to bed after this because I do have some more recording notes to be done. Only one, which is another one too. Oh yeah, so this one just kind of so this drops it on the depot right here. That's exactly what. Then this guy puts it up on this depot, and then it goes onto the belt. And then we have right, right. I need a packager, so technically I don't need you to be over there. I can just put it on that packager. And then we do yes. We had packages with one item. Why? Have you used Blockbench? I've dabbled, but I'm not perfect. Like I honestly, I would say no. Like I've used it, but not in a way where you'd like go, oh, he knows what he's doing. The only reason I would say that I have experience is because I know a little bit of Blender, and so I do have that kind of insight. But that's about it. That's all I can go like. I don't think I can say that I'm good at it. That's unfortunate. There you go. Ready to... Oh. No. Get out. Gotta make an item for the packs and the animation for opening them too. Again, that's probably something I'd want to figure out myself. I don't want to sound like a dick, but I am kind of that kind of person who just wants to do everything himself. In Blender or in Blockbench, either one. You know what? If I were to do that, and then this, I would have space for one, a pump that I can power with this guy. I don't know how far that's going to take me. Probably not far enough, but we can. So first of all, let's finish this up then, before we keep going. That, and then I could continue this guy, put another pump in here. That. This is going in the wrong direction, but I could use you and see if that would be enough, but then I would change directions over there, which is not what we want. So I'm probably going to do it over here. Let's go in the right direction. Blockbench, complex for me. It's kind of the same. I think it's a point where in which one you have more experience or not, but overall it's a 3D program, so it's kind of the same. Okay, that. Six-sided encased gear shift mod. Isn't that this guy? Oh, I do have encased. Look. This guy has this guy, which I've never used. We did that. This guy is doing his job. It's not getting... Maybe I should, you know, open the floodgates. There we go. There we go. Good. I'm probably going to change the packet to be... Because those use 250... units. I don't know if it's milliliters or whatever, but like a fourth of a bucket, and I think I'm gonna do a tenth, 100 here. Let's go. That does the trick. Now we just need to get our cardboard from this fold over here over there, which might be a challenge, or might not be a challenge. No, that's not in line with anything. Dude, it's okay. That's good. Okay, we do need more. We do need a faster farm over here. What if I add some extra layers to it? Right? Because they're never going to grow up tall enough. What if I do that? Y'all need to pull a speed and clockwork fast, guys. That's all good and stuff, but I also just kind of enjoy what I'm doing right now. You know? If I did that, that's double the speed. And then the next one would be up here. Which if I do this smart, I could just encase this, but or I could also lower this one. Oh, let's do that. Let's just create integrated. The problem with if we want to do that on the server on just create is that things get laggy real fast, right? And adding a mod that basically adds a lot more movement and stuff to an already laggy server, I don't think that's gonna help us in the long run. But hey, it could be wrong, but on the other hand, it could also just be not what we're looking for. Just create doesn't want add-ons. That is not 100% correct. We want create to feel like create and not like create with a bunch of other stuff. Certain add-ons allow you to do that. Certain add-ons just add extra mobs, add extra items, but not that many different mechanics. But when you start adding more mechanics to it, it's when you're starting like, is it really create if you're starting playing around with electricity, right? If this doesn't happen, where you have to like figure out rotation and stuff, is it just create? Is it really create at that point? Is my point of view. I don't know what the other guys' point of view about that is, but okay. So that should speed things up a little bit. I will want to have to cap that off because eventually it'll get out of hand. What time is it? It is 10 o'clock. Okay. So that's just that. Now we need to get our cardboard over here. If I do this, where we can use some chutes on top of this vault, we could, but that's gonna go too high. I don't want to go above this line over here, because that back part is going to be the tall building, this is going to be a low building, and this is going to be another smaller building. I think that is going to be the highest point right there of the wall. Right, we're not saying how high the roofs are gonna go. So if I do that, it's modernism. Epoxy did nuclear power, so maybe although you did a diamond either way, Legion did do something central at Lake. See, the thing. I like the diamond because it's all rotational power. It is a solution for a problem that uses the limitations that we had, you know? And that's kind of what I liked about being on the Just Create server, is that you had to work within the limitations that we had. We didn't have drawers, so we had to figure out how to do complex storage systems with what we had. We didn't have backpacks, so people came up with freaking vans to move their items. I think that's the beauty of the whole thing. is how limited, how limitation can create creativity, or can stimulate creativity, I should say. And I kind of don't want to lose that on season 2. Now, do we want to do something different on season 2? Maybe. I don't know. We haven't really talked about it. Okay. That's our plot. Okay. Leave an indent over here so I know that that's going to be an entrance. I kind of want to move that entrance because we'll have a wall over here. Okay, how are we gonna get stuff over? How are we gonna get stuff over there? I mean, I'm starting to think underground is gonna be our only option. It's not something I want to do, but might be the only way to do it. So we can't really go up here because we're all messed up over here. Bolts are better than drawers. If I'm wrong, blame me. But what I've seen, I think it's better. You can't even play modded. Yeah, that's true. If you're playing a mod pack like this, where you have all these decorational blocks and all the different types of blocks, playing without a backpack is pretty bad. But on Just Create, we didn't have that many decorational blocks. It was pretty doable. I didn't have any problems with it, at least. Okay, let's just for my own sanity, I'm gonna get some buildings, some outlines in. Just so I at least know where walls are gonna be. And then this should like kind of overlap right here. That's gonna cut into here. That's gonna cut into here. This is gonna be our door. Or main door, I should say, and then we'll have a smaller door in here. Oh, in here, I should say. Alright, this, boom, boom, boom. I do like the idea of going, again, two-tone. I like the added tough in there. Makes it look a little different, so I'm probably gonna make this building out of tough. This is not the pristine side of the river, this is the dirty side of the river. This is where all the plebs are, all the working class. Oh. This is the working class. And the factories can be a little grimy. You had that corium stuff, right? We've chosen to do scoria. Or a chocolate factory, which runs the concept art. Yeah, he went. I think he went to Disney or Universal or something, and he saw a factory that was very similar, and he was like, "Oh, I need to build something like that." Okay, so that's the height that I want this to be. I don't want this to be any higher. Well, the roof at least is going to go up a little bit more, but the actual building is going to be this low. So we'll do that. Then We'll add one more block on here. And this is going to be the height we have for our first floor. I think that lines... No, that doesn't line up at all. We'll figure things out. Oh, went up one. Again, you just want to get like a rough idea of where all the walls are going to go. So this is just blocks right now. Share the pack ID in the server. Okay, I'll take a look later. Hey, and then height-wise, you know what? I think I'm gonna end this guy over here. And then we'll put, I don't know, can't really put a chimney on here because there's no like fumes. We'll put the chimneys on the lower end on that part because that has all the cobblestone and stuff. This is just gonna be a small square-ish building. And then this needs to come over, like rise above that for a couple of stories. So that's probably going to be about this high. Which, yeah, that kind of works, right? If we're standing here. See, this is why I do outlines. So I kind of have an idea of where things are going to line up. I'm going to take a look from the other angles as well. That does require me to get all the other lines in. Okay, so from here, if we're walking down the street, I think that is also pretty good because we'll see that stick out a little bit. And then here, this is gonna be pretty cool. I feel like. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Just like the pipe, and then the belts. And then from here, that's good. If you look at it from here, that's also pretty good. I think we're good. Marlian Tower? I don't know what that is. A Marlian Tower? I don't know what that is. I like it though. I like the tower. Okay. I think we're good. I'd say we're good. Of course, all the grass is going to be roads or like little patches of gravel, mostly. Maybe some dirt, but not really grass. So, this, now that we have this in place, how do we get stuff from here over here? If we take the long way around, we could take the long way around. We could go up a little bit, but not a lot. Kind of put myself in a pickle over here. Kind of put, like... Bro has never seen Attack on Titan? Nope. I haven't. Is that a problem? You have a problem with that, lad? Okay. Bamboo is picking up though. That's good. And then if you combine the bamboo with the saplings that we're getting, I think will suffice. I do... This needs to go faster though. Because we're just going to fill these up and not those. Oh. I'm almost tempted to push this back one. Right, push this guy back one. Let me do that real quick. Or not even push it back one, we'll just put like a vault in here. Hold your horses, chat. I has idea. So instead of having you in here, we'll have a vault in here. We technically don't even... We could just do this. So we don't even need to move it. But if we do that, we can force a round robin with tunnels. If I did that, then we'll do a force round robin. That means everyone will get one each. If I then figure out a way to get at least 2 belts behind here. I can extend this guy. I know. I know, you're broken. So am I. Aren't we all? So that is force round robin. And then an output of 1 each. Like that. And now we should make 1 pack. It'll rotate outputs. So it'll make 1 here, then 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and so on. Which we'll check on in a bit. We'll check on that in a bit. Let me, just for now, just to test it out, get like a bunch of bamboo in here. And let's see if what's happening now, or what happens now. That was a package. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking at stuff on the closest belt. There we go. So that should go in here now, or in here. And then the next one should be a taller deck. There we go. That's better. I like that better. Also, that cuts down on defaults a lot. Plus, it gives us a little bit of space to walk back here. Looks like a heavy core for mace. It is. It's the model for a heavy core, and I just retextured it. I just retextured it. Now we're still not. What would be fun is if I could have it come. If it could go through the roof, maybe. Because I can go up here, right? I don't have to. I have the capability to add this right here. Now, an option I can have, is if I can get rid of this and I relocate that thing, and I can relocate this pipe, which we can kind of tuck it in there, and we can come up here. We can take it over either in this direction, or we go through this top floor and do a little bit of a loop around. But that would help, right? That would help. So first things first, we're just gonna do boom, boom, get rid of you, and stick that in. And that gives us little space over here to go up. Too little space, because I need 2 blocks to go up. So I need to figure out a way to power this belt. And this is inside, so we can use this one. Okay. Good. Now we can use this to have our little system that goes up over here. And then we figure out where we want to go later. I don't think I want to go. I want to fling things across. I don't think I want to do that. But maybe having a minecart on a rail might be something fun. You know, that might be something fun. If I have like, let's say that this is our floor, right? This level right here is our floor. Let me grab some spruce slabs and stuff. And we make a theoretic floor. How would I divide this up? Three from that point on. 3. I didn't measure these at all, which is surprising that that comes out perfectly. Also, is this even or uneven in the middle? That would have been good to check. Yeah, of course it's even. Yeah, do I care? Not really. Also, I could technically push it back one, which I might actually do. Which is the most part. I mean, has time. I think if you're lucky and you just have a Tavrik deck, you can do luck of the coin. But I mean, luck of the coin is pure luck. Right. So if you could win a game in 5 rounds if you wanted to. But there is one, I think it's is it an edict? I think I have no. It's either a relic or an invocation. It's a Faith 5. Faith 5. That's that I know. I think it's the only Faith 5 card in here. Here. So that is pretty big. If you're down to like 2 points and your opponent still has a lot of HP left, that's pretty big. And then we have this guy as well, which is also pretty big, an ending turn. This is also pretty big. The tiers. Because faith is the amount of what it costs to play the card, right? It's not so much the tier of the card. It's much more what you have to pay up to play the card. Also, not everyone is that familiar with Roman numerals, so I want to keep it simple. Not everyone knows their Roman numerals. So Clash Roll, basically, instead of Elixir, is Faith. Yeah, it's like in Hearthstone, it's called mana. It's the cost of the card. In Pokemon, you've got the energy system where you have to have energy cards to play attacks. It's not pay to win. Well, technically it is, because you can only get those Faith 4 and Faith 5 cards you get from packs. You cannot get them in decks. The deck only goes up to Faith 3, I think. So you're only gonna get like, but even like Faith 3 there's some heavy hitters in Faith 3. Like this guy, the City Marshal, that's Act 5, but then again, he doesn't really have another ability. It's just a heavy hitter. So no critical. What's a CR? A CR? What's that? What's that? If it's criticals, I might add criticals later. Still, we can add more cards. We can add more cards. That's not a problem. I've made it so that adding more cards is actually fairly easy. Like coding wise, I don't have to do anything. I just have to make the item or generate the item and then add it to a tag. That's it. Honestly, no. It's doing the tag itself. I just have to assign a level to it. All I can say, I don't mean that in a have fun playing. Yeah, and then once I'm sure that it's done, you guys can play it as well, because the mod is gonna be public. And like, if you're in creative, you can just grab all the cards that you want, and you can like play around with deck building. But in survival, the only way to get cards is make a factory for them and open packets. Okay, so if I do that, right, that's pretty cool. I kind of like just one big room. And then over here we can have like is over here we can have on the level where we have this guy. Maybe we do this. I don't know how this is gonna work that well, but just kind of go like that, and then we can have either staircase over here or over here. Doesn't really matter where. But I mostly want to get around here so that it looks like you can service. You can service these. Then if you put a little of this on there. Maybe we do staircase over here. Because we're not using that side. And then staircase would go stair here. Stair here. Just need to figure out where to place the first one. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna keep those, and then we're gonna kind of get this belt kind of surrounded. I know I was gonna work on that on the. Let's just do that. I was gonna work on getting the cardboard across, but I've now started decorating. I have now decided to decorate. Okay, and then that's gonna be a wall. See that? Look at that. It's a big machine, but it works. And look at all these decks. We're getting decks. Okay. Also, these don't have to be fast. These don't have to be fast. Not a lot of people are gonna be buying these. So what I wanted to do is have a minecart enter this building through like a little hatch over here. So maybe we come across. You know what I'm gonna do, chat? I am gonna take a small little break because I need to go to the number 2. So I'll be right back. And you guys can enjoy. What can you enjoy? What's something that's enjoyable to watch? You know what? Just watch the entire scenery. There you go. I'll be right back. I grabbed a bar. I found these new bars. It's like kind of like a nut bar, but it's all like puff, like like rice puffs and stuff. They're very low in calories. They're pretty good. It's not granola. It's not nuts and seeds, which makes it. It kind of feels like a seed or like a nut bar, but it's like puffed oats and puffed rice. I think there's quinoa in here as well. Now that I look at it, which lowers the calorie sufficiently. Pretty good. Okay. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. We are gonna do this. I know I didn't want this to go too high, but we'll have to make it a little higher at least. Because we need to get a cart loader in here. Ooh, this might be fun. Oh, hi. How tall? Ooh, that'll be perfect. And then we'll have one in, one out. And then over here, we'll have just like a little. This was where it'll come out. It'll empty its inventory. I'm thinking of how I'm gonna where I'm gonna send this. It's gonna empty its inventory. I mean, no, well, I just need a one. I just need one of these. So I don't want to put it over here because that side is already pretty crowded. So we're just gonna do that, and then we'll just put like a loader here and unloader here. Which, if you think unloaders are hard to do, they're not. They're actually fairly simple to do. That being said, I always have to look up how to do them. Not because they're hard, because I forget. I don't use them often enough. One thing is for sure, I need a block for the ceiling, which I'm going to use this one for. Okay. So, I know it's a hopper, so that's one thing. So we'll want to have a barrel over here or something with maybe we look at volts now. I know we want something with I mean, we could also just do that and then have a hopper. Hopper. Another hopper? Is that how you do it? Oh, we could just do chest over here. No? I'm thinking, how does one do this again? I know it's output block, another output here, another block input. So what I usually think it is something like this, where you lock, where you power this as long as there's no items. The moment there's an item in there, boom, that turns off. That's what we want. That's what we want. Also, we'll try and make that look a little better, but overall, that's fine. And then just little fault. It's gonna add to the clutter on the roof. It's gonna add to the clutter on the roof, which is fine. Which is fine. So that, and then that goes back into a rail thingy, where we go, boom. Give it a little more speed, or even do that. Little more speed in here, and then we'll just turn. The thing about minecart hoppers is that they've got quite... Who else is in here right now? I don't know. People are lurking. The thing about minecarts is they have quite the whatchamacallit, momentum. That's the word. I know my stuff. Now over here, we're on a different thing where we need to load it. So we're gonna want to do what? Oh, that's with all the pistons and stuff, isn't it? Let me look up a Minecraft loader. Minecart loader. I want it to be compact though. See, they're doing pretty much the same, but the other way around, which I don't think will work. Because you gotta think of it this way. The thing about hoppers, I think, we can test it out for sure, is that as long as there are items in there, it's gonna give out a signal. So what they do, let me show you what they're doing. Right? Probably would want to have, you know what, I don't even need that to be this big. Boom, you, and then they go that. Which has a hopper here. Output into a block, which is then gonna power this. I know the red line is in here, but we can always move it. It's fine. Right. So as long as this is empty, it's gonna keep moving. If there's something in there, God, as long as I don't forget stuff, it's gonna pick it up. But here's my problem. What if my minecart is full? And there's still stuff in here. Right? What if my minecart is full and there's still stuff in here? I don't know. I do know. It's not going to move. But on the other hand, I also quite like the design. It's compact. So I might actually just do that. Because we're not gonna overload it, that's for sure. Nope, that's not where we want to go. Do that. And then we want to use these guys to come up. In here. Now we'll just do that. In the best case scenario, it lands on one side, the other one we break. Okay, so that is gonna be, come on. It's back in there. Thinking of how I'm gonna get that up there without having to mess around with like power and stuff. Hello, Wicked. Welcome in. That go all the way up here. And I can use this guy with Mr. Hopper. And you know what? I know how I'm going to do it. I'm going to do a chest. I'm thinking chest is going to make most sense. A chest, like a minecart chest. Although Hopper is going to load faster. Screw it. That guy is just going to move about. Go back and forward until we load up this hopper right here. Let's say I move all of these up. What does that look like? That would have been great if that lined up, but they don't, unfortunately. I mean, could use this as a buffer and then go from here. It didn't work. It didn't stop. It should have stopped right there. There we go. Oh, glass. Right, okay, so that's good. That is gonna be a little mess that we're hiding. I kind of like the little things over there sticking out. And the next step is glass paints, which another pain in the bum. We are getting plenty of them though. How are we gonna get them over here? That's the question. Oh, I have an idea. I have an idea that we haven't played around with within buildings. Chain conveyors. We put one. I don't know. We'll make sure that this kind of goes here. This kind of continues like so. Again, that's a wall right there, right? And then this guy is gonna come down. I need to get my dimensions right. There we go. So we know that we're gonna hide all of this. Like so. Question is, if I put you, let's say over here, that would work, and then I only need to put one. Even better, I put it over here. Do I like it? I don't know about that. No, I think I'm gonna continue this as like one wall, but I'll support it somehow. We'll do that. So this needs to go lower than that. And at that point, we just need to do you with can I do this? Can I just go directly onto a guy like that? That'd be great. Pack. Card. No, pack. Glass. That'd be great if I could do that. And then over here, we'll do boom. Send only. And then the only thing we need to do is power these guys. Which, since we have power everywhere, we should be able to do fairly easily, except maybe not. What if I move it one? What if I move it to this guy? Because then I can easily power this by doing something along the lines of another cog. And then this guy and that guy. And that guy. Pack. Glass. We go with these guys. Boom. Nope. I need a stock link. And you go in there. I'll set you to... I don't know if it can put 10 items in there, but hey, we can only try. Yeah. Okay, so it won't work. But item vault. Those will work. And then it's just, again, another hopper. There we go. Card packs. And now I can grab a pack, open it, and get 9 cards. Which always have 4 low tier cards, so Fate 2, 1, and 3. No, Fate 1 and 2. Then an uncommon card, which is 3. Then it has I think it's not a rare, which is 4 and higher. Oh, this guy got transmutation. That's actually pretty good. Right. That's actually a pretty good card. I don't know how I'm gonna do that, but we'll figure things out. I guess draw a card until you like it. Yeah, we're definitely gonna need a stack upgrade on that. On all of these, I guess. Because look at that. Look at that. Also, this is gonna be a beautiful building, if I say so myself. What time is it? It's 11? God, time flies. I like the minecart. I like the fact that we're gonna have like a minecart riding around. That you're gonna be able to see it right around. I like that we're not hiding things. I do kind of want to put like a light on here so that when it turns off, you can kind of see a flicker. So maybe we do one of these. Does it? Or oh, maybe we do like one of these. Light bulb or a headlamp. Kind of like that, and then we'll kind of encase this to be like a radiator. But now if I grab some stuff, okay, kind of just need this guy to do it right for us. Let's say he grabs a bunch of cardboard over here. Imagine, you know? Kind of just want to see it go on and off. Okay, what if we have a different lamp? Oh, this one is not... Okay, that one's not for display. That one's too small. We'll have to go with the red one. Wait, is this not... Can you not power those? Oh, yeah. See, there. There you go. Now it's on, and then whenever it drops an item, it'll turn off. Okay, let's get some... Let's at least get the walls filled in. And then we might do the rest later. Or tomorrow. I don't know. Let's replace air with white, blue, dot. Nope. Slash undo. If I'm gonna keep those that small, probably not. Probably gonna make them a little bigger. But right now, I mostly want to just get the shapes of the buildings in. I think that's the most important part. Then we'll do all the fancy stuff tomorrow. Hello, Rachel. Too bad that you didn't have any internet. Hope things are fixed now. Hope things are fixed now. So sorry you're late. Dude, you never have to be sorry because you're late to a stream. This is not important at all. Nothing is important about this. A red wool. Feels a ban? Why? We're still here. Still doing a little bit of stuff. You didn't... No, you didn't miss a lot, but... No, again, this is all, like, planning. None of the decorative stuff has happened yet. Now we just need to encase all of this. Okay, what are we thinking? So a lot of flat wall over here, which we can fill in with like a little bit of like a sticky outy bit. Maybe we bring this out just a tad. That will work. Just enough to be like a walkway. Maybe they use it to move some aircon and stuff. These might actually make pretty good windows. Just bring in some more light. I know it's a bit weird of a placement, but it kind of works strangely. Now we'll put some slabs underneath and that'll be fine. That's just gonna help break up that flat wall right there, which is good. And then I wanted to keep this going, but we'll have to figure something else out over here. Okay, that's fine for now. I think we'll have to shape it a little bit. I definitely want something up here to break up this thing. And maybe that's how we bring up the center. Because right now, the center gets kind of like that. I kind of want that corner to come out a little bit more. And then from here as well, I want that to tower over a bit. So maybe, without really heightening this wall too much, we can add just a little more window to this, while still keeping a flat over here for like some chimneys. Also, we don't need to make this. This is where we can rectify. What are we doing? We're making a card factory. So I made a mod for all the cards. And now you can only get cards by opening packs and decks. See, and then the roof on top of that is going to stick out over this, which is going to be nice. So if you go in here, we now have 2 pages for our mod. One that adds all the cards. These do not have a recipe. And then we have starter decks for every card, right? Is it Christmas? Not yet. I want to get it finished first before I publish it. But see, we're making decks over here, right? And then if you open a deck, let me go in survival. If you open a deck, you get 40 cards. One of which is the deity deck. You get all the cards that are tied to that deity, and then a bunch of other waste cards. Well, waste cards, just filler until we're at 40. So that's how you get the cards. And then let's say you want to expand your deck a little bit, you can grab a card pack. And this is just gonna do like 9 cards. It's gonna give you like 9 cards. But this is the only way you get the higher cards, Faith 4 and 5. And the rest is all like pretty low. That's what I've been doing for the last couple of weeks. Yeah, see that's gonna help. Just that little raised area. So tomorrow is gonna be a decorative day. It really depends. If Rolesh down, we're gonna play some games, but overall, there's gonna be that. Is it like Magic the Gathering? It kind of, yeah. But I don't have that many cards yet. So we're still in the process of making cards. Like, I'm still thinking about cards. Making cards, at least. Which, as of today, I've got like 80. Which is not nothing, but it's also not enough. I feel like 80 is too little for a card game. There's only so many decks you can make with 80 cards. So during playtesting, it's kind of like we're gonna find things that we want to do, or like, oh, we should have this kind of cards, or this kind of card should be added, and then we're gonna keep adding cards. That's also. Ooh, maybe I can make a channel point for it, so you can give me card IDs. Although I don't think channel points should be a channel point thing. I should figure out a way to make card IDs. It would have to follow a template though, right? It just, there has to be a certain template for it. Right? I don't know. See, this is what I mean. This guy is just gonna keep getting stuck. So what I probably should be doing is I should invert it. I'm going to invert it. Let's see if that works. Because now, right? If this guy's full, if there's stuff in here, this guy keeps moving. Where is he? Where did he get stuck? Oh no, he's not stuck. Yeah, because now he's gonna fill up all the way. Right? He's gonna fill up all the way. And then once they get stuck in here, it's gonna depower. Start moving them. Yu-Gi-Oh cards? Kind of, yeah. I took a bunch of inspiration from different, like from Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Hearthstone, stuff like that. But I do need to do some more recording. I need to build this entire thing still. I've since built a cactus farm and a bone meal farm. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to look, see if somebody that I know is live. Let me see. Do I know anyone who's live that I want to raid into? No, not really. Not really. That means I'm just gonna end stream here. We'll be back tomorrow with the decoration of this build or place testing, depending on if Trollesh has some time. And I'll see you all then. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you for being here. We had a productive one. We built an entire factory. Tomorrow we'll decorate it, and I'll see you all then. Bye.
What happened? Hold on, I'm gonna get this small up there in the corner so that way it's up there. Okay, it's gonna be a little scuff. We're just gonna use that. Boom. Okay. At least you guys are